5 weeks into the college baseball season has seen DBU deliver clutch performances, late-inning heroics, and moments that define a season. Now the stakes get higher as the road to a Conference USA title starts tonight in Dallas. Game 1 of a 3-game series in a brand new season begins as DBU and Middle Tennessee get ready to square off in the Conference USA opener from Horner Ballpark. And hello, everybody. Alongside Brendan Smith, I'm Reagan Ratcliffe. Patriots 14-6 through their first 20 games. They get ready to open up conference tonight. Micah Bucknam gets the baseball, hoping to set the tone in Game 1.
Yeah, he's been great all season long, but he's coming off his best performance of the season. 7-inning complete game and a run rule victory. 8 strikeouts over UTSA. He's third in the conference with 35 strikeouts, averaging just over 11 per game. Team's just 3-2 in his starts, but he has put them in position to win every single week. In his first season as a starter after 2 years in the bullpen at LSU, he has more than answered that goal.
Well, Middle Tennessee arrives in town tonight with a 12-8 record. They feature one of the top starting rotations in the conference. And for more on the Blue Raiders, we welcome into the broadcast Alexis De La Garza.
Happy conference opener, guys. This Middle Tennessee weekend rotation has been solid this season with 3 out of 5 Conference USA Pitcher of the Week honors going to their team, and starting with the guy on the mound today, Trace Phillips. And earlier this month, Drew Horn, who we'll see on the mound on Sunday, tossed only the second 9-inning no-hitter in Blue Raider history. While their starting weekend rotation has a combined 2.24 ERA, the bullpen is where they've really struggled, with relievers giving up 73 earned runs so far this season. And with the start of conference play, head coach Jerry Meyer says they're focusing on playing cleaner, better, and just more consistent baseball. Reagan?
Well, it's a beautiful night in Dallas. We've got first pitch between DBU and Middle Tennessee in the Conference USA opener when we return to Dallas. Gorgeous Friday, 75 degrees in Dallas tonight. You got the wind out of the south at 12 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the Middle Tennessee lineup. It starts with Eston Snyder, who is hitting .408, one of the elite leadoff hitters in college baseball right now. And if he hits on base, he's dangerous. 14 stolen bags, and it's Brewer. Minnick Bondolan has 10 home runs, so there's power there in the heart of the order. Ray Wolf, Rogers, then Claps back in the lineup this week, and Badalak at third winds up the order for the Blue Raiders. And taking the hill, it's his 6th start in the Friday night role as the ace of this staff. Take a look at Micah Bucknam.
2-0 on the season with a .476 ERA for Bucknam. We just talked about his best start of the year against UTSA last week. A 7-inning complete game in the run rule victory. He has been the Friday guy all season long. He's got the 4-pitch mix, the fastball, the slider, the curveball, as well as the changeup. And he is looking to put the Patriots in the winner's circle here in Game 1 to open up conference play.
Well, here comes Eston Snyder, the junior out of Franklin, Tennessee, who's starting his 149th career game. Been a mainstay in this lineup for the last 3 years. Take a look at this Patriot defense tonight. Paul Humphreys narrow across the outfield. Italo, Hefner, Grady, and Krause. Jay is battery mate with Bucknam. And the junior Canadian gets ready to go to work here against Snyder. In the first pitch, we're underway outside. Home plate umpire tonight, Timothy Rosso. It's a 3-man crew. Richard Katz at first, Jake Botek over at third. That average for Snyder at .408, second highest in Conference USA, as Bucknam's 1-0 pitch darts inside. Good life on the fastball at 95, but he's quickly fallen behind at 2-0. This Middle Tennessee team out to a 12-8 start. It's their best start through 20 games since 2015, as Bucknam has gone 3-0 to Snyder and worked himself into a bad spot. That 2015 team for the Blue Raiders also 12-8. They finished 32-27 that year, so been a good start for Jerry Meyer's club, and this is a good start for Snyder at 3-0 from Bucknam. There's a strike. Finds the heart of the plate at 96.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that fastball still has a ton of life. He's thrown 3 fastballs in this bat. One slider as well that missed.
Bucknam trying to climb his way back into the count at 3-1. He misses high. Snyder walks for a team-leading 13th time this year. So Blue Raiders got a man on for Nathan Brewer. It's a relatively short series between these two teams in terms of just their history. The first meeting back 2 years ago on May 5th. Patriots have won both of those weekend series. They've never swept the Blue Raiders. Each time they've won 2 of 3. So they have a 4-2 edge coming in tonight.
Well, you already mentioned it, but you got to be really aware of Snyder at first base, top 25 in stolen bases across the nation.
Nathan Brewer climbs in, and there's a strike. As a club, Middle Tennessee is batting .296. It's the 4th highest average in the league. They've got some pop, 29 home runs, particularly when you get into the heart of this order. Brewer can swing it as well, 4 home runs this year, and here he lifts it into left field. Routine for Poole. And there's one gone. So now you dig into the heart of this order. Tyler Minnick is a transfer from Georgia Tech. And he is a menacing figure in the right-handed batter's box. He stands 6'5", 230. And will go to work against Bucknam. He's originally from Georgia, from Smyrna, Georgia. Highly rated. In fact, Perfect Game rated him the #2 catcher coming out of high school from the state of Georgia. Started at Georgia Tech, 2 years there. He was primarily a defensive replacement last year after starting 38 games the year before. .263 average as a freshman. 0-1, short lead at first by Snyder, and there's a check of him. Snyder's back. Snyder, 14 of the 29 stolen bases this year for the Blue Raiders from that man right there. Gets an average size lead.
Yeah, the team as a whole, as you just referenced, they don't run a lot, but Snyder does.
You've got to fight the early evening shadows right now behind home plate, and then also you've got to fight the sun. At first base side where Krause is and Snyder's, the sun setting in the west. Right now it's Minnick who sees Bucknam in the sunlight. He stands in the shadows at 0-1. There's a strike. Outside corner slider at 87.
And you also got Minnick, who's a double play candidate. He's hitting to a team leading 3, so never really, even with no matter what the count is, you can always expect Snyder to potentially take off to at least try and stay out of that double play ball.
0-2, tried the slider again, appeal, and he said he went. Richard Katz down the line at first base said that Minnick offered at it. So there's the first strikeout for Bucknam. It's a nice response after the leadoff walk. Still work to do. With Brett Von Dolen coming up. Take a look at the slider again that he stayed with. Close call there. Minnick punched out.
And yeah, there's that slider, sharp at 87 miles an hour. So able to buckle it back in after the non-competitive walk to start it to Snyder.
Dangerous hitter right here in Von Dolen. Comes back again to that slider appeal. Katz this time says he didn't offer at it. Well, Von Dolen has 10 home runs this year. It's the 7th most in college baseball. Hometown kid, redshirt sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Swings and misses. Right now, Micah's got a feel for the slide piece.
Yeah, another 87-mile-an-hour slider. That thing might have hit the outside corner. That's really well placed there at 1-0.
Von Dolen hit his 10th home run of the year on Tuesday night against Southeast Missouri. There goes Snyder. Good pitch to run on. Nothing that Jay could do with that one. And so Blue Raiders have got a runner in scoring position in Snyder who can run.
Can still elect to be a little bit careful here with Von Dolen. You mentioned his power. The lineup sort of drops a little bit as you get towards the bottom. You got the lefty and Keaton Ray in the on-deck circle.
56 career stolen bases now for Snyder. Well, first base is open. Von Dolen at the plate with the power we talk about in a 3-1 count. Micah can work around him a bit here. Keaton Ray, 244 average would be next. Bucknam's 3-1. He comes in on him at 94 on the heater. Well, that changes things now. 3-2. How will he go about attacking Von Dolen here? 15 pitches in the first. The 3-2 punches him out. A slider that Von Dolen chases in Bucknam after a leadoff walk gets out of the inning unscathed with a couple of strikeouts. So no runs, no hits, no errors. A man left in scoring position at second. We're headed to the home half of the first. Middle Tennessee, nothing. Pat's coming up. Oh, nice start for DBU. Micah Bucknam after that walk. A couple of strikeouts. They leave a man stranded at second. So scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first. Been a change in DBU's lineup. We saw it on Tuesday. Michael DiTallo moving to the top of the order. Poole slides up, hits second. Then it's Jay the top power numbers on the team, batting third. Nathan Humphries had been in the leadoff spot since opening day up until Tuesday. You see what he did in the cleanup role. Big day. 3 for 4, a home run. He's reached safety in all but one game. Kraus, big-time power there along with Narrett. It's the bottom third of this order that's really picking up now. Bennett, Grady, Hefner, they found a trio right there. And the DH, the second baseman and shortstop, they're at the bottom of the order. And on the hill, we've got a great Friday night matchup. We saw Bucknam in the top of the first. Trace Phillips, who you see here, has been outstanding to start the season.
Yeah, and Alexis told us in the pregame that they've had 3 starting pitchers that have all been named Conference USA Pitcher of the Week. Trace Phillips, one of those, and the numbers overall are outstanding. 2-0, the 2.86 ERA, the 29 strikeouts opposite of just the 3 walks in 22 innings on the mound. He's been a two-way guy for most of his career. That's sort of gone away this season, as he has started to focus the last month or so on being the Friday night ace. He's got the fastball that can get into the mid-90s, the slider, as well as the changeup. 6'3", 185 pounds out of Spring Hill, Tennessee, and he'll face Michael Detallo to lead it off.
Well, here's Dottie to start things off, hitting .316. 6-game hit streak for Detallo, longest of the year for Michael. He's hitting .360 over that stretch, and here he takes a fastball on the outer half for strike 1. Patriots everyday third baseman who's been superb on the hot corner and really swinging a hot bat right now. 0-1, slow wind from Phillips. That is cracked down the line. It slices foul. At 97 right there from Phillips. He's got good life on the fastball. Patriots typically prefer some velocity on the mound. A team that is, you just kind of slow it down, particularly with the lefties. It poses a challenge. This is a team that gets ramped up, and Phillips will bring it at 97.
And that secondary stuff's going to be so impressive or so important for Phillips. The slider to righties, the changeup to lefties.
Here's the 0-2, and there is that slider as he tries to tantalize Detallo off the outside corner, get him to chase. Now at 1-2. Appeal. Cat City win. Detallo offers at it. And there's one gone here to begin the bottom of the first.
And we saw a check swing in the top of the first, and that one even more egregious, I guess you could say, as Detallo definitely did go around, as Tom Poole's got an opportunity here now.
So here's Tom Poole. He leads the club with a .389 batting average. Power numbers, 6 home runs on the year in the first pitch. Swings and misses late on the 97-mile-per-hour heater.
Some juice. 96 in the top of the first. 97 here a couple of times.
It's a very slow, deliberate wind from Phillips. The big, deep breath, and here comes his 0-1. That's on the outside corner again at 97.
Received pretty well, too, there by Tyler Minnick. I thought that one might have been a little off the plate, but he's able to keep that close enough to the inside or to the outside corner, and Timothy Rosso gives him the benefit of the doubt.
Now he quick pitches him. So you'll see some different looks here from Phillips.
Yeah, quick pitch and still gets it up there at 96.
He's 7th in Conference USA in ERA, 8th in strikeouts coming in tonight to begin conference. And here he goes off speed. Backdoor slider misses away. Now Poole is even the count at 2-2. Guy that pounds the strike zone. He's only giving up 1.2 walks per 9 innings. That is the 3rd lowest average in the league. And here comes his 2-2 pitch. Down and in, another good take by Poole.
Okay, looks like perhaps a couple of changeups there that Tom has been able to lay off of and get this thing full.
Big pitch right here to Poole, who was down 0-2. Now it's 3-2. The payoff from Phillips. Check swing, and he went. Timothy Rosso said, I don't need help on that one. There's 2 down. So here is Grant Jay, who will dig in against Phillips with 2 out and nobody on. Well, 50 home runs for Grant Jay, chasing Austin Listy. 3 away from tying the all-time leading home hitter in DBU baseball history. Listy from 2013 to 17. been 4 straight games without a home run for Jay. The longest drought of the year was 5 games. In fact, it was the first 5 games of the year, and here he takes a big cut, fouls it back.
I'm tired of seeing the same number on that graphic. We need to switch it soon.
He's finding ways to get on. He walked 3 times on Tuesday against TCU. Guy that's reached safely in 22 straight games. You go all the way back to the Tucson Regional. He has reached safely in 22 straight. 0-1 pitch from Phillips. And Phillips is a strike away from striking out the side.
He's gotten ahead 0-2 to all 3 hitters. And he's not messing around early in the count. It's been a steady diet of fastballs until he gets to 2 strikes.
A wiry young sophomore from Spring Hill, Tennessee at 0-2 to Jay. Misses high. That guy that's really starting to focus in on the mound. You talked about him being a two-way guy. He's not had an at-bat since February 22nd.
Yeah, played in the first 8 games in the field, but they nixed that.
1-2 outside.
That's a pretty good sequence, too, from Phillips. The fastball upstairs is seeing if maybe change that eye level a little bit and then goes with the slider, but a good take by Grant to get it back even. He's shaking off. He knows what he wants.
His 2-2 is bounced softly. Going to be a tough play for Wolf, and it's under his glove. Jay, more than likely, is going to leg that one out. That is a tough play for the shortstop. Wolf had a long way to come and get that one. So DBU's got a man on, 2 out, and Nathan Humphreys at the plate.
Yeah, he got the fastball, but ends up hitting it off the end of the bat. Yeah, Wolf coming in and ends up being kind of an awkward route. And maybe that ball kicked off a little bit more than he thought that second bounce. But Grant will take the hit. Average keeps climbing.
Yeah, so here's Humphreys. Hitting at 350. She goes to work on Phillips. Phillips starts behind for the first time. Senior center fielder, Nate Humphreys. 21 RBIs. He's got Jay at first base. 3 stolen bags. That might be something that's in play this week. You look at the numbers of Tyler Minnick behind home plate. Soft stuff there from Phillips. Finds the zone. 5 of 32 caught stealing from Minnick behind home plate.
And just the 32 attempts is what was eye-popping for me. That is coming in twice as many as have been attempted against Grant Jay.
Here comes the 1-1. Taken for a ball. Well, if anything, they've made Phillips work a little bit here in the first as he gets closer towards 20 pitches. That was 18. Take a look at Minnick. Big catcher, stands about 6'3", 220. Now at 2-2.
I mean, they keep getting fooled by that secondary pitch. It's the changeup there. You can see the tailing action came in at 78 miles an hour, and Hump was a bit caught in between, couldn't pull the trigger.
So another 2-strike pitch. He's gotten all 4. The first 4 in this lineup to 2 strikes. The delivery, and that smoke back up the middle and a base hit. Well timed by Humphreys. The Pats are putting pressure on Phillips. A 2-out rally, first and second for Chayton Krause.
Well, Grant's was not squared up. This one was 106 miles an hour, as that's how hard Humphreys hits the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So back-to-back hits after what looked like it was going to be a quick inning. You got a chance to push this pitch count for Phillips into the mid-20s or better.
One of the hottest hitters in this DBU lineup in Krause. A 12-game hit streak. That's a team high for the Patriots this season. Big lead at both first and second as Krause watches high.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time that Phillips has tried to go soft to begin an at-bat.
He's second in Conference USA in RBIs with 27. Only Ryan Weidman from Western Kentucky's ahead. He's 2 ahead of Chayton. Got a chance to drive in at least 1 run right here with Jay at second. Big lead at first by Humphreys as here comes the 1-0. That's not close. 2-0. It's a huge lead by Jay there at second, and then Humphrey's got a massive lead over at first base with Von Dolan way off the line. Double steal's always in play. Now Cooper Clapp, the second baseman, plays close. There's a swing and a miss as Kraus goes to a knee.
You can see the respect for Kraus, but also the confidence that Phillips has in the off speed. 2-0 and ends up getting Chayton way out in front.
Those shadows now cover Phillips. Chayton still ahead in the count. Phillips 2-1, way outside, 3-1. Narrett would be next. 24 pitches from Phillips after retiring the first two. He was a strike away from striking out the side. Jay got the soft single. Humphreys in 2 strikes, drilled one to center. Now at 3-1. Phillips pitch. Kraus into left field and pretty well hit. Brewer's going to watch it go off the wall. Jay scores. Humphreys to third. Kraus with a 2-out double. DBU strikes first, 1-0 in their half of the first inning.
It looked like a slider that hung up a little bit, and Chayton just continues this tear. Now a 13-game hitting streak. At the knees, the slider caught a lot of the plate. And off the bat, you're always thinking a chance to go, but it hits off the wall, and 3 straight hits with 2 outs. That's going to bring a conference on the mound.
Yeah, it's Adam Wisniewski who comes out of that dugout. It's typically Jerry Myers, who's the pitching coach or the head coach, but really oversees the pitching staff. But this is Wisniewski. You've got second and third. If anything, you were looking at can you get Phillips' pitch count up a little bit in the first? All of a sudden, you got a chance to really do some damage here in this inning.
And the sliders that he threw to Detallo and Poole, or rather, I guess the slider to Detallo, maybe the changeup to Tom, but he looked extremely sharp. And if not for a dink single by Grant Jay, maybe the inning comes to an end pretty quickly, but balls have been hit hard by that man, and then Chayton Kraus is at second base.
Joey Narrett now. Hit his 3rd home run of the season on Tuesday. Takes low and outside for ball 1.
Well, these two teams played last year in Murfreesboro in game 1 of the series. DB scored 9 in the first inning.
Phillips had gotten ahead of each of the first 3 batters. It's these last 3 that he's all fallen behind to. Can DBU get a crooked number here in the first? Narrett's watching this one inside for a ball. Now at 2-0.
So after the back-to-back strikeouts, you got a chance to get him to 30 pitches. He's at 27 right now.
First base open, but Joey's got good protection behind him and Bennett. This is 3-0. This has been the biggest improvement probably for this team through the first month of the season is what you're getting from the bottom third of this order. 7, 8, and 9 now can pose a problem, particularly with Jake Bennett in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, he's got as much power as anybody in this lineup. Keaton Grady and Luke Hefner coming alive a little bit as well.
3 balls and a strike, second and third. Phillips throws his 30th pitch. Narrett just late, 3-2. He's gone back to the fastball. Gets Narrett. Take a look at Bennett. 6 home runs. He's been hot lately. Can Joey extend the inning? The 3-2 pitch. He will, and it'll be Bennett coming up with the bases loaded. So a huge spot right here for Jake Bennett, who has flashed more power in this Patriot lineup more than anybody over the last week.
Now here is what Bennett was able to do. That series against UTSA is really where he started to come alive. He continued swinging the bat well against TCU on Tuesday, but just violent swing after violent swing from a guy that's turned into the everyday DH.
First pitch to Bennett, way outside.
It's also been reverse splits for Phillips this year. Righties hitting him a little bit better. Now he's given up a hit to lefties and righties here in this inning, so it may not mean much, but just a little nugget.
I believe the Pats have 2 grand slams on the season. This outside for a ball. Jay, Detallo.
Yeah, that's those.
Bergholt.
Bergholt, that one, that's right.
He had the first. He had
opening
opening day. His first swing. 3 grand slams. Here's Bennett, already up 2-0. Phillips in trouble here with his 34th pitch, taken on the outside corner. 2-1. 7 of Jake's 9 hits have been for extra base. He's got the 6 home runs and the double.
Yeah, 6 of the 9 leaving the yard is pretty remarkable.
Here's the 2-1, not close, 3-1.
Boy, and it has just gone off the rails so quick for Phillips. He can still get out of this with only the 1 run allowed, but having a hard time controlling the secondary stuff. Velo down a bit on the fastball. He's thrown 35 pitches in the first.
Big pitch here at 3-1. Here it comes. Strike called, and now at 3-2.
As much of a free swinger as Bennett is, it's a minor miracle when he gets to 3 balls.
6 of the 7 batters Phillips has gotten to 2 strikes in this inning. Bases loaded. There they go. The 3-2 is just sprayed foul.
Last week, or on Tuesday, he saw through his first 4 at-bats, 4 pitches. And one of those swings was a home run.
Phillips, step off, looks back. That's his first. And getting ready to throw pitch number 38 of this first inning. At 3-2, Bennett waits. Here it comes, just off the outside corner. A very keen eye by Bennett. He walks for the 11th time. Drives in a run. It's back-to-back walks, and DBU does have that crooked number. Now 2-0, and here comes Keaton Grady.
All right, what a take by Bennett. That corner had been given a few times by Timothy Rosso, but this one just a bit too far outside. So you'll take the second run. And with the way this is going, you want to get more than just 2 with what Phillips has been giving you.
Grady takes inside for strike 1 at 95. Yeah, Phillips could, if he gets out of this with 2 runs, he still has to feel like he dodged a huge bullet here. This all started with a Grant J single with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Humphreys a base hit up the middle. Krause had the RBI double. Then it was back-to-back walks to Narrett and Bennett.
Which Phillips is about, he's 1 batter away or 1 walk away from matching his season total coming in. 3 walks through his first 22 innings.
That's down and in. Yeah, I mentioned that just a moment ago that he's 3rd in the league in walks per 9 innings. It's a guy that did not allow a run in his first 2 starts against Bowling Green and Fairleigh Dickinson. Now, he's given up 9 runs, 7 of those earned in his last 2 starts. As Grady skies this foul, long run, and Badalak will watch it sell out now at 2-2. His last 10 innings, he has given up 7 earned runs. That's to Tennessee Martin and to Oakland. So the ERA might be a little deceiving just in terms of what he's done the last 2 times out.
But despite this trouble, Keaton is the 7th of the 8th batters that he's had a chance to put away, getting them to 2 strikes.
Another 3-2 offering coming up. It's the 3rd straight batter that he's gone to a full count.
Well, you've got the bullpen moving around now, so a successful first inning undoubtedly for the Patriots.
That's where this Blue Raiders team really struggles, is in the pen. The 3-2, the runners go. That is called strike 3 on a close strike. But Timothy Rosso said it grabbed the inside corner. That ends the inning. Patriots do get 2 runs, though 3 hits. They leave them loaded. But the big hit, it all started right here. Chaden Krause, the double off the wall, his team leading 28th RBI, puts DBU on top 2-0 as we head to the second. Well, top 25 action in college baseball. Top-ranked Tennessee entered this week with a perfect 20-0 record. That came to an end on Tuesday night at home when East Tennessee State's Grant Gallagher hit that home run in the 10th inning. That pulled off the upset of the Volunteers. And their first loss of the season. And then last night in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Crimson Tide needed 6 runs and some dazzling glove work from right fielder Bryce Fowler as he made that grab, a home run saving catch to hand Tennessee the 6-5 loss. There's a slow roller hit to Grady. First pitch of this second inning to Keaton Ray is recorded as an out. But yeah, Tennessee loses back-to-back games. They're 20-2. How about Alabama, though? The Crimson Tide 22-1. They got a chance to win a series tonight. They're down early, 4-0 to the Vols.
They had a 5-run second inning last night. Also worth mentioning, too, with that ETSU game is not only the Gallagher home run in the 10th, but they had a 2-run home run in the 9th inning to tie the game and get it to extra innings.
Micah Bucknam on the mound here working to Matt Wolf. He walked the leadoff man in the first, walked Eston Snyder, who's now retired 4 straight. It's Wolf, the shortstop. 0-1 pitch, high and away. Yeah, right now it's 4-0, Vols top of the second. Keep you up to date on scores tonight, not only across college baseball and top 25, but Conference USA all starting off tonight across the league. Patriots picked to win the conference, just their 3rd year in Conference USA. They won the regular season title in their first season, won the conference championship last year at Ruston, Louisiana. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Another tough slider right there from Bucknam.
That's by far been his best pitch through now 6 batters.
The 2-2 to Wolf. Fanned him, 87 again on the slider. And it's his 3rd strikeout, all on that same pitch.
Yeah, all swinging against Minnick, Von Holden, and then Wolf right off the outside corner. So after a 42-pitch bottom of the 1st inning for Trace Phillips, the last thing he wants to do is have to get back on the mound almost immediately, and Bucknam only 5 pitches to get the first 2 batters.
It's Brett Rogers. This one sliced down the line and left, and it does stay fair. Rogers to second base. He's got a double, his 4th of the year. And Middle Tennessee trying to spark a 2-out rally. They've got a runner at second base. The number 8 hitter, Cooper Clapp, coming up.
Yeah, Pat's had 5 in a row reach with 2 outs, and Middle Tennessee says it's our turn. And yeah, you got the number 8 hitter, but this is a guy they are expecting big things of, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's more towards the top or middle of the order as this season goes on. Is good inside-out swing there by Rogers to just keep that fair.
So this is Clapp, only 14 at-bats on the season for the young redshirt sophomore. Guy who's just getting back into the lineup. Takes it the knees for a strike. He was the leadoff hitter first 2 games of the season. Back in the lineup on Friday against UAB. This is a kid that started his college career at Notre Dame. He redshirted in 2023. So supremely talented second baseman for the Blue Raiders. Bucknam's got it. And that's that. Clapp gone at first base. And so after the double with 2 outs, Bucknam comes back to get Clapp and in the inning. So we make our way to the bottom of the second. DBU's got a 2-0 lead. It's been a nice start for DBU opening day in Conference USA. Patriots got a 2-0 lead. Luke Heathner, the number 9 hitter, getting ready to start things off against Trace Phillips. You couldn't paint a better picture. 44 pitches from Phillips in the first after it looked like he might roll tonight. After we saw him through the first 2 batters.
Yeah, and then you see Micah Bucknam right now talking to pitching coach Kel Johnson. He only needed 9 pitches to get through the second inning. So you very quickly force Phillips back out on the mound. And you know how important it is on Friday nights to try and get to that bullpen early. It sets you up so well for the remainder of the series, and that has been an Achilles heel, honestly, for both of these programs, the back end of the bullpen.
Luke Heathner standing in. It's Heathner, then Detallo and Poole. 9-1-2.
I also don't remember the last time I saw Cale that animated in the dugout between innings. That's a rarity, at least in what I've noticed.
Pretty direct message there for a 9-pitch inning. He's fired up. Second-year pitching coach for DBU. Let's take a look at the veteran shortstop here in Luke Heathner, starting his 178th career game tonight. That one in out of the glove of Minnick. Luke's gone 3-0. Saw his 5-game hit streak snapped on Tuesday against TCU. But really starting to put together some good at-bats. The defense never leaves him. A guy that's only committed 2 errors and 59 chances. He's got a .966 fielding percentage coming in tonight. He walks. And that may be the biggest storyline right now. Trace Phillips, the 3rd walk. He's just having a hard time commanding the zone after he struck out the first 2 tonight.
And again, 3 walks in his first 22 innings, 3 walks 1 time through the order here tonight.
Oh, Michael DiTallo digs in. Hefner over at first base has stolen 38 career bases. Could be on the move. Here's Dottie. I guess the question is with Phillips how quick he is to the mound. We've seen the fastball at 97. We've seen him quick pitch at times. Might be difficult to get a read as Luke's got a good lead. DiTallo struck out his first time up. That one was off the front foot, and it was a late call. Boy, Timothy Rosso did not call that immediately. In fact, it was Jake Botek, the umpire just right of second, who finally put his hands up.
Yeah, I guess he was blocked, but you could almost see, you saw like just a really weird trajectory of the baseball, and it's because it went off the front foot. And it was the 2 infield umpires who were able to make that call. Only 3 umpires in Conference USA play.
And that is the difference. We've seen here at non-conference play the 4 umpire crews, but that is a Conference USA staple across the league. You're going to see, if it's conference play, you're going to see 3 umpires.
I hope that changes at some point soon. Because there are important calls that happen, and especially when you start checking swings and you point down to first and no one's there, or down to third, and if there's a lefty up, you wouldn't have anybody that would be able to really give you a good view of that.
That 1-2 is scalded past Badalak and into left field. DiTallo with a 2-strike approach. 3 of the 4 hits for DBU have been in 2-strike situations now.
And that one sneaks past Badalak at 102 miles an hour. There's that breaking ball and ends up right there at the bottom of the zone.
First 2 have reached against Phillips. This Poole climbs in. Tom struck out back in the first. Way high, ball 1. Pitch count edging closer and closer to 60 here in just the 2nd inning. Phillips trying to extend, or rather Poole trying to extend his hit streak here against Phillips to 8 games. Would match his career high that he set last year. 1-0 breaking ball outside, 2-0.
I just can't get over how different Phillips has looked since those first 2 batters and really 5 pitches into the at-bat against Grant Jay. And he looked so sharp through the first 2.5 at-bats.
Jay got one off the end of the bat, and he's not been the same since. Guy that grew up in a baseball family, Trace Phillips, his father, Brad, 3 years in the Texas Rangers minor league system back in the early 1990s. So he's got pitching in his blood. Down and away, 3-1. Close, but outside. First 2 have reached in the 2nd. Big lead at 2nd by Luke. Here comes a 3-1. That's outside. He has walked his 4th batter. They are loaded up, nobody out, and it's danger time. Grant Jay is coming up.
And Landon Birch has been warming in that pen. He looks ready as he's looking in right now, and that might be it. Jerry Myers making his way from the dugout, and this is not what they would have expected from a guy that has been so solid for him throughout the season. But as we mentioned, the last 2 weeks, giving up really the majority of his runs this year.
There's a great pitching mind right there in Jerry Myers, guy that had been the pitching coach a couple of stints at South Carolina. In fact, won a national championship. He's going to stick with Phillips here. There's not a lot, at least in terms of you just look at the numbers. The bullpen has really struggled. If they're going to have a chance tonight, I mean, this is their arm right here in Phillips, and hoping that maybe he can find it.
The starting rotation is definitely their calling card. Chandler Alderman, Drew Horn, who will go later in the series. They need Phillips to try and give him some length.
Jay takes way outside for a ball. The 4 walks is a career high for Phillips. Nowhere to put him. And there is danger here in Jay, and you got Humphreys and Krause and Narrett and Bennett all coming up. That's high, 2-0. That is a murderer's row that you've got to go through here. A gauntlet of a heart of the order.
And with the bases loaded and nobody out, makes it even that more scary.
That has got to be a lonely feeling right now for Phillips on the mound. 2-0, sitting on 50 home runs. Takes a big swing and a foul tip. 2-1.
And that fastball velo has been down now to 91. It was at 97 a couple of times early in the first inning. That's probably exactly what Jay wanted there at 2-0.
Now that 2-1 is cracked the other way and a base hit. Moves everybody up a bag. A run scores, and DeTalo stops at third. So Grant Jay's got his 26th RBI, and the Pats have got a 3-0 lead.
He swung through the fastball at 2-0, got the 2-1 slider, and just went with it. So great piece of hitting from Grant Jay. Situation then will repeat itself. That wasn't a bad slider. It was down. Grant went and got it.
So Nate Humphreys, who does have a grand slam in his career, watches outside for a ball. A big one against Oklahoma last year in the 7th inning. Broke open a tie ball game. He singled up the middle back in the first. – 1-0 pitch, and that is into center field. Plenty deep to score a run. Snyder's got it. DeTalo scores. Poole moving up to third. 4-0. Got a 2 spot here in the second. And there's the first out as Humphreys gets the job done.
Deep enough, too, to get Tom Poole over to third base. So situational baseball there from Nathan Humphreys. He's hit a couple of balls well tonight.
So Chayton Krause, he had the big hit back in the first inning, the double off of the wall. Scored the first run for the Pats. Team leading 28 RBIs now for Chayton. Also extended his hit streak to 13 games. Here he just missed going the other way with it. Solid numbers. Chayton Krause, since he arrived on campus last year, has just been a hitting machine. A career .353 average, 22 home runs, 93 RBIs in 2 seasons. And here he smokes it on a line to center field. Snyder back a few steps. That nearly knuckled on him and fell in front of him. Poole scores. You got back-to-back sacrifice flies. Krause got a couple of runs knocked in. He got a 5-0 lead now in the second.
You mentioned the ball knuckling a little bit on Snyder in center field. It was hit at 108 miles an hour, and he might have been just a bit on top of it, and so that creates a little bit of an awkward spin. It stops pretty quickly there as he's able to make the catch, but 2 deep fly balls to center here.
Joey Narrett, as there goes Jay, he got a huge jump. Only question is, could Grant hold on to the bag, and he does. Grant's got his 4th stolen base of the year.
We knew that was going to be a key. 5 of 33 now catching base stealers, 13% behind the plate for Minnick.
Joey walked last time up. Here, this one hits softly. Phillips has got it. It's going to be a tough play, and the throw was too high, and it brought Von Dolan off of the bag. So it's going to move Jay over to third base on a very soft single. So now Jake Bennett's coming up.
That's tough for Trace Phillips, man, because makes the play, and it's going to be another soft base hit, but he didn't have anywhere to throw this baseball. He had to go up over Joey Narrett, but just too high.
So 2 down, first and third for Bennett. There's a check of Narrett.
Prime
Joey
spot.
stole in a
Excuse me, I was going to say prime spot for that first and third offense
Yeah.
the Patriots have patented.
Still another run. Ball buried to Bennett. 5 runs, 6 hits for this Patriot offensive attack. Jake walked. Not going to run with that bases loaded walk. Back in the first, his 15th RBI. Joey's got a big lead over at first base. Huge swing and a miss by Bennett. Now at 1-1. There goes Narrett, the 1-1. Finds the corner. Joey's got a stolen bag. So second and third. Chance to drive in 2 for Bennett in a 2-strike situation. The 1-2, and Bennett able to just catch a piece of it.
Good piece
Cliff
of
Pennington down the line.
good piece of hitting there just to stay alive. You know how hard he swings and can be susceptible at times to the strikeout, but that was a pretty good slider. Taps it towards the former big leaguer over there at third base.
Two-strike offering to Jake is high, 2-2. Sent 17 batters to the plate against Phillips here through the first 2 innings. You can see the pitch count there at 73. The 2-2, and Bennett in the air into left center. Snyder's got a long run here, and he reaches out and makes that grab to end the inning. Pats get 3 runs. They do it on 2 hits in the inning. 2 more walks from Phillips. We're through 2 now. DBU's got a 5-0 lead.
Well, 5-0 Patriots as we make our way to the 3rd inning. As they put 2 on the board in the first, 3 on the board in the 2nd inning. And they have really forced Trace Phillips to battle 74 pitches through 2 innings. On the other side, Micah Bucknam, he has been efficient. He's allowed 2 base runners, but he has only thrown 25 pitches. He's got 3 strikeouts, all of them on the slider, and so he will face 9, 1, and 2 here in the order, starting with Clay Badalak. As Patriots coming in at 14-6. And looking to continue what has always been a dominating opening weekend in conference play, going all the way back to their 1 year in the Western Athletic Conference back in 2013. But first things first, here's Clay Badalak out of Cincinnati in his senior season. And he will swing at the first pitch and 1 hop out to Luke Hefner. And 2nd straight inning, that 1 pitch and 1 out for Micah Bucknam. Don't discount the scoop over there at first base by Chayton Krause. Here comes Eston Snyder. DBU has never lost a conference opening series in their history, going all the way back to 2013. See the nice scoop from Chayton Krause, but first 2 years in Conference USA, there's strike 1. They were able to take 2 out of 3 from Sam Houston, Florida International. They were in the Missouri Valley from 2014 to 2022. Never lost an opening series there. And then in the WAC, they were able to beat San Jose State in their 1 year there in 2013. Bouncer up the middle. Hefner, a long run. Won't be able to get to this one, as Eston Snyder has been on a couple of times. A walk back in the first to lead off the game, and he singles up the middle here. So a man on for Nathan Brewer.
Well, he is such a force in this lineup. Guy that came in tonight with a .516 on-base percentage. Obviously best on the team, but he's got big bats behind him. A 5-0 lead, and with the power that Middle Tennessee has in the heart of the order, they're far from out of this.
It's Brewer at the plate, swinging at the first pitch. And just to put a bow on that opening weekend talk, the Patriots in their history 27-5 in conference opening weekend games. 5 sweeps, all of those happening in the Missouri Valley Conference. 27-5 in their opening series in 3 separate conferences. There goes the runner. Pitch called a strike, and for the second time, Grant's not able to throw the ball. As Snyder gets second base.
16 stolen bags now for Snyder. 2 of those tonight.
Wasn't a bad pitch to throw on. You can see Jay kind of talking to himself a little bit. Man at second, 1 away. Nathan Brewer in an 0-2 hole. And he's gone on strikes. That slider has been something else for Micah Bucknam here. That's his 4th strikeout.
I think all 4 of them have been on that pitch. You know, he came out tonight showing fastball at about 95 and up to 96. And he was really started to find a feel for that slider early there in the first inning. We got the strikeout of Minnick. Like just struck out Minnick and then Von Holden both on that pitch. Now 4 punch-outs for Micah.
Well, here is Minnick. First ball swinging, hit softly. Going to be a tough play. And Dottie's just going to have to put it in his pocket. Well, infield hits have been the name of the game so far through 3 innings. Patriots have a couple of them. Middle Tennessee gets their first there as Minnick. That's his 5th consecutive game with a base hit.
It's a pitch here that he just kind of looked fooled on, too. But there's nothing that Dottie can do with that. Best thing he does is not make a throw.
Could even hear his dugout saying, eat it, not make that throw. It's only bad things can happen there. So still 2 away, but here's the power hitter, and Brent Von Holden. Pitch just misses low for ball 1. Average at 291, but leads the team with those 10 home runs. Also has the most RBIs with 22 on the squad. Swing and a miss. That's the pitch that Bucknam got him to swing and miss at in the first inning. Von Holden coming off a game on Tuesday against SEMO where he hit a home run, went 1 for 4 in the loss. Bucknam just misses here. Down and maybe off the plate at 2-1.
Came back to that fastball at 96.
7th in the nation in home runs, Von Holden. And he hits this one off the end of the bat into shallow left. Going after it is Tom Poole in fair territory. He's got it. And the inning comes to an end. So a couple of base hits. Man gets to third, but no harm done against Micah Bucknam. We're going to the bottom of inning number 3. All Patriots thus far. 5-0 Patriots. See the last 2 regional banners there in the left field wall. It is Conference USA opening weekend, and here's the standings coming into this week. As Western Kentucky just playing phenomenal baseball. 15 straight wins. They are setting all sorts of team records. Those standings are going to move around as finals start to come in across the country. New Mexico at Liberty. New Mexico State, I should say. Western Kentucky taking on Kennesaw. Jacksonville State, FIU. La Tech, Sam Houston, and of course Middle Tennessee, DBU. I'll keep you updated on scores as we move along. Always a fun time of year. Here is Keaton Grady to lead it off. It is still Trace Phillips on the mound. That was his 75th pitch. Keaton takes low. Keaton struck out his first time up on a fastball he thought was a bit off the plate. And despite those struggles in the first, Trace Phillips struck out the side. If you consider not going 1-2-3, striking out the side. 2-0 to Keaton. Ground ball to his counterpart at second, Cooper Clapp. And there is the first out of the inning. Here's the man who started the second with a walk in Luke Hefner. That was his 7th walk of the season. Came around to score on the RBI single from Grant J. And that is going to be the end of the line, you would think, now for Trace Phillips as here comes Jerry Myers in his 3rd season as the head coach.
Hey, Phillips is at 77 pitches. You see the bullpen with Landon Birch there ready to go. And I think, yeah, right, we're seeing Phillips take that pitch comm system, and that's it. Well, that is not what they had drawn up. They were hoping to be able to get, at minimum tonight with their ace, 5. We'd love to see 6 and even get it maybe into the 7th if he's really on. But to be exiting in the 3rd with 1 out is not at all what they had drawn up.
Well, they have to go to the righty and Landon Birch as the Patriots looking to add to their lead. They chase Trace Phillips after 2 1/3. We'll give you the numbers on both pitchers when we come back. 5-0 Pats.
On the mound, you see Landon Birch now as he comes over Trace Phillips. 2 1/3 tonight for Phillips, 5 runs. The big number that stands out, 4 walks. He threw 77 pitches as Birch takes the mound.
Now, this is his 8th appearance of the season. And facing Luke Hefner, he takes for ball 1. It's a 1-0 record for Birch. 6.75 the ERA, 13 1/3 innings on the mound, 7 walks and 14 strikeouts. 8th appearance, 6th out of the bullpen. And there's a swing and a miss. Saw the changeup there. He's got the fastball, slider changeup. Mix in a curveball as well, but yeah, similar to what we saw from Trace Phillips, the change to lefty, the slider to righties. 1-1 to Hefner, that one way outside. Now 2 balls and a strike for Birch out of Corning, New York. 6'4", 200 pounds. It's his 1st season as a Blue Raider. It's his 3rd different stop in as many years in college baseball. In his junior season, sees Hefner hit it high and deep to right field, and going back is Rogers. He is at the wall, and he will make the catch. Looked good off the bat, got the fans excited, but that one's tracked down by Brett Rogers, and there's 2 down now in the 3rd.
So he caught an off-speed pitch and nearly got out of the ballpark. That's the changeup that stays high. And Luke puts a great swing out. We're starting to see much improved swings. I mean, every time you watch Luke Hefner, he's starting to look more and more the guy that you saw last year.
Dottie takes strike 1, and don't discount what Brett Rogers had to do out there, too. That is a huge sun field right now in right. For a guy that hasn't played here, having to deal with that, makes the catch, but trying to get a 1-2-3 inning as DeTalo swings at that slide. Sunglasses on for Rogers. He's dealing with the brunt of it right now. Dottie able to lay off the slider this time. A couple at bats for DeTalo. He's now got an 11-game hit streak. Singled into left field in the 2nd. He has had a plate appearance in all 3 innings thus far. Struck out in the bottom of the 1st. Breaking ball, called strike 3 on a pitch that looked like it backed up on Birch, but he gets the call and the inning is over. So 1-2-3 go the Patriots. Trace Phillips starts the inning and Landon Birch finishes it. There's the call on strike 3 as we go to the 4th, 5-0 DBU. Well, on this day, 2 years ago, the Patriots on the road taking on Oklahoma. They had a deficit going to the 9th when it was Nate Rombach. Pokes this one right up the middle with 1 out, a 2 RBI single. Patriots go up 7-6. They would add another run and go up 8-6. And that year they had the luxury of turning the baseball over to one of the best in the game. Kyle Amon ends up getting 3 strikeouts there in the 9th, strands the winning run, or rather the tying run at first base. Patriots get the 8-6 win. And that actually broke a 5-game losing streak at L. Mitchell Park for DBU in Norman. That was the first win for DBU in Norman since 2015. That was on this day back in 2023. Here's the 1-0 from Bucknam. And a ground ball to second base. Keeter's got it. one away. And I think it was important, too, because 1 week prior to that, I know you remember this, DBU lost 20-4 at Oklahoma State. So to have a come-from-behind victory the very next week, that helped a lot of confidence. And, of course, the Patriots had another outstanding season 2023.
Yeah, the guy you saw close that game out, Kyle Ament, very well may be in the big leagues this year with the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a big-time arm coming out of that pen in late innings.
Such an awkward angle for hitters to have to try and pick up his fastball and then that curveball. And as that developed really as sophomore and into his junior year, he just made hitters so uncomfortable. There's a strike at the bottom of the zone. Fastball with some life there again at 95 miles an hour from Micah Bucknam. Facing Matt Wolf, who struck out on that slider in the second inning. The redshirt sophomore, and Wolf swings and misses. He's completely fooled by the slider. That is nasty. See if he goes to it again at 1-2.
He tried. That's a pitch that he did not have when he came from LSU. The slider is the pitch that he's worked with Kel Johnson on, and it has really been a difference maker for him.
Still has lots of options at 2-2 against Wolf. It's fastball this time. It's at 96, and he blows away Wolf. 5 strikeouts now for Micah.
That slider really plays up because of what he's throwing here with the fastball. The fastball at 96, up and on the corner, and because he's throwing that fastball for a strike tonight, that slider looks like the fastball out of the hands, and it's just so hard to lay off of. Micah's got a great feel for everything tonight.
2 away for Brett Rogers, and it looks like he started him with the, I don't know if that was the changeup. It had the movement that way. And he gets Rogers, who first pitch he saw from Bucknam in the second, he doubled down the left field line. There's a swing and a miss again from Micah.
And he takes something off of it there.
I think he might have gone back-to-back changeup.
Yeah, that's at 90. On the changeup, he's ticked that up a bit.
0-2 against Rogers. We'll see another one. It'll be the first time that Bucknam's gone 1-2-3. There's been a runner, at least one runner in scoring position all 3 innings. Here's the 1-2, misses low.
You don't see him really throw the slider a lot to a lefty, that back foot slider. It's typically the chase pitch to right-handers. But lefties, yeah, it is the change that has fade to it, or maybe he tries to get him to chase the fastball up.
Fastball froze him. 95 at the bottom of the zone, and Micah Bucknam's got 6 strikeouts through 4. He's gotten some run support as well. Patriots on top 5-0 as Micah Bucknam's locked in. $5-0 here in the conference opener for the Patriots, and we promised you some scores from around Conference USA, and we've got our first finals. Liberty, first team to win a game in the conference this year, a 6-5 win. They hold off New Mexico State. Western Kentucky working on that 15-game win streak. They were down early to Kennesaw State. They have taken the lead, and you see Jacksonville State and Sam Houston, who has had a rough start to the year. It's an offensive so far, 4-3 in the bottom of the state.
Look at that Liberty game. Walk-off home. Jackson Sorensen in the 9th to win it for Liberty today. Bradley LaCroix's got that team. First-year head coach at Liberty. Got them playing some good baseball to start the year.
So Liberty out to the 1-0 start in conference. They are 17-6 overall. As here's Tom Poole, first ball swinging in the air to center field. Eston Snyder still traveling back all the way to the track. And he makes the catch. That one fooled me a little bit, as there is the first out of the inning.
We have 2 loud outs off of Birch. The one from Hefner to right field that was caught at the wall, and this one from Poole. I'm with you. It just gets up into the jet stream here at the ballpark. Into the air, just keeps carrying that wind tonight, about 12 miles per hour to the south, and it almost left the ballpark.
Now Grant J, 2 for 2, couple of singles today. Last time up, an RBI single to right. First time up, he started a stretch of 5 consecutive Patriots reaching base with 2 away with his infield single. It's a off-speed offering there on the inside corner for a strike. So he is now down at no balls and 2 strikes. Birch trying to settle things down. It's a breaking ball that doesn't seem to have a ton of bite. The one that he struck out Datala on almost seemed to back up on him, and he got a strike call against Grant J, one of those earlier in this at-bat. 6'4" Birch taking his time. Pitch clock under 5. And he got him swinging. He is able to go to that slider and picks up his second strikeout. And Birch, he's retired the first 4 that he's faced.
Now the slider's got the shorter break. He's also got that big, slow, slurvy curveball. 4-pitch guy. The fastball's not a ton of life, but it's a lot of moving parts. He's got that high leg kick. The arm comes way behind, kind of straight over the top. Maybe just difficult to pick up.
Well, Humphreys trying to get on for the first time against Birch. It's upstairs for a ball. Humphreys single in the first inning, then had a sacrifice fly his last time up. Back-to-back sac flies from Hump, and then Chayton Krause in the on-deck circle. Hump is ahead at 2 balls and no strikes for Birch. Told you 3 different colleges in 3 years. Last year, the community college level, Florida Southwest. And then he began his career, 2023, at Old Dominion, where he had 16 appearances, went 2-3 with a 6.88 ERA. 2-1 now to Humphreys. 6.14 the ERA right now for Birch. His last appearance came in the Game 1 start against UAB. He gave up 7 total runs, 3 of them earned in just 2 innings. Two-1 misses outside. That was a game that Middle Tennessee came back to win. But that was one of 2 starts for Birch. He also started against Austin Peay back in February. Got a couple of saves to his ledger as well. The 3-1 pops him up. Backing up is Matt Wolf. He has some trouble with it, but he makes the catch. Wolf, all's well that ends well. And as we make our way to the 5th, Patriots go quietly. Landon Birch has retired 5 batters. And the last one here on Matt Wolf made it a little bit of an adventure. It's 5-0. We're going to the 5th.
The Conference USA Baseball Championship is coming to Lynchburg, Virginia. 10 teams will compete to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament from May 21st through the 25th at Worthington Field. Secure your tickets now and get ready for big swings,
goodness gracious,
big pitches,
got him swinging,
and big fun.
You can look up and wave goodbye.
For tickets and more tournament information, visit conferenceusa.com.
Well, DBU baseball head coach Dan Hefner took over back in 2008 for the Patriots. Tonight he is coaching his 1,000th career game. Boy, what a career it's been. 13 regionals, 2 trips to the Supers. It really goes up beyond the wins for Dan Hefner. We've seen through 14 years calling games in the booth, and there's not a coach in college baseball I think has had more of an impact on his players than that guy right there, Dan Hefner.
No, he personifies this program, and the consistency going all the way back to when he took over in 2008 speaks for itself. 1,000 games at the helm, and one of the best, if not the best, in the country.
It's 8-9-1 coming up for Middle Tennessee. $5-0 Patriot lead. Micah Bucknam's been in complete control with 6 strikeouts. Foul down the line. It's 1-2. Bucknam's been economical with his pitch count, 49 pitches coming into this inning. Now at 52. That one hit hard towards that DBU dugout.
And then it comes back out and ends up ricocheting off of Kevin Nichols in third base coaching box.
Take a look at Cooper Clapp, the redshirt sophomore from Savannah, Tennessee. Began his career at Notre Dame. Last year at Florida Southwestern Community College. Struck him out. Fastball upstairs at 95 from Bucknam. 7 punch-outs for Micah now. Well, take a look at Dan Hefner. We mentioned the 1,000th career game. How about where he ranks in terms of the winningest active coaches? He's number 9 on this list. Win percentage at .667. You're talking about college baseball elite with the names on that list right there.
A handful of solid, quote-unquote, mid-major coaches in that list. And Dan just, you're one of 5 teams to go to 10 straight regionals. You're doing something right.
Was 1 win away from Omaha in 2021. He has had this team right on the brink. It has to be considered one of the top, if not the top, mid-major in college baseball under his leadership. Swung on and missed. Bucknam has struck out 4 in a row now and has 8 on the night.
And he's, as you talked about, mixing so well with the fastball and the slider. His first 4 strikeouts were on the breaking ball. He had 3 straight on the fastball, and then with 2 strikes, he gets bad of luck to swing and miss, or bad of lack, I should say, to swing and miss at that slider. So 8 strikeouts 2 times through the order for Bucknam.
I was talking earlier that he does not throw that back foot slider a lot to a lefty, but he did right there. He spins it to Badalak. Bucknam is dialed in.
After the shaky start, the 5-pitch walk to Snyder.
He struck out a career-high 10 against SIU Edwardsville back on February 22nd. He's got 8 right now. He's a strike away from getting his 9th. What an outing. He's got a 5-0 lead. Junior, the transfer from LSU, grew up in British Columbia, Canada. As here comes his 0-2. Struck him out swinging. 6 punch-outs in a row for Bucknam, 9 on the night, and DBU's got a 5-0 lead midway through this one. All Bucknam tonight, and he has had everything working for him. That time the fastball. Midway through this one in Dallas, and the Pats up by 5. Bottom of the 5th, Conference USA opener in Dallas. Our mid-game recap, 5-0 Patriot lead. Here's how we got here. The offense got going early. Chayton Krause, a double off the wall, scored the first run. Grant Jay, take a look at his 2nd hit of the night. He goes opposite field. DBU scored 5 runs in the first 2 innings, and then it's been all Micah Bucknam since.
Yeah, Bucknam coming off that 7-inning performance where he only threw 79 pitches, and here 9 strikeouts, including 5 in a row. He strikes out the side in the 3rd, the final 2 in the 4th inning. It's been the fastball, it's been the slider, and he is still up to 95, 96 miles an hour here in the 5th inning, and Patriots try to get him a little bit more insurance in the bottom half. Great day to be at the ballpark.
No doubt. 75 tonight at the ballpark. Conference USA opener. It's been a good start, but we're only halfway through this one. Bottom of the 5th. Chayton Krause, 2 RBIs tonight. He's got 29 on the season. Batting average continues to climb up to 341. Trying to solve Landon Birch right now. Birch came out of the bullpen in relief of Trace Phillips in the 3rd with 1 out. He's retired 5 straight. Now, a couple of those balls have been hit hard. Luke Hefner and Tom Poole both nearly leaving the yard off of Birch. 2 balls and a strike to Krause. Looking for some insurance in the fifth inning. Krause got under it. Shallow right, clapped the second baseman, calling for it. He's got it. There's one out.
Now the Patriots had success against the guy in Phillips who was throwing 97 there in the first. And for Birch, his fastball is going to top out in the upper 80s. And he is using the breaking ball well also. So kind of to your point about how DBU loves velocity, they've seen a different type of pitcher and have not had a base runner since Birch has come in.
Joey Narrett been on base twice tonight. He's walked, he's singled, he's stolen a back. Here he can't hold and take strike one. The stolen base back in the second, his 10th of the year. He leads the team in that department. He's just doing everything. Hitting for average, he's got the power. I think those numbers are going to continue to rise as there's strike two. Timothy Rosso calls. Chopper up the middle. Going to be a tough play, and that's past Wolf into center field. Narrett's got a two-hit night. So a man on, one out. Jake Bennett coming up. Bennett walked back in the first, flew out to center, but he's been swinging a hot bat. He's found himself a home in this Patriot lineup in the DH spot. 3 home runs the last 2 games. Got that 467-foot shot on Tuesday against TCU. And for more on Jake, I'm going to send it back down to Alexis.
Yeah, we've become pretty accustomed to Bennett bombs this season. Jake Bennett has been a beast at the plate with 4 home runs in the last 4 games, and his last homer on Tuesday was the farthest hit at Horner Ballpark this season, going 468 feet. And we've seen how unmatched his energy is, whether we're up by 1 or 10, saying he just wants to play with a lot of passion to hype everyone up. He gave us the perfect example of that on Sunday when he had a 2-home-run game, and it was even more special for him because his dad was in town for the weekend from Kentucky, saying it was pretty awesome being able to play so well in front of him. And coming from the JUCO level, he's come up with his own analogy to describe the difference, saying JUCO is like Longhorn Steakhouse. You know, everything's going to be good there. But here it's like the fancy steakhouse downtown where everything is just next level better. Guys.
Call that a Western Sizzler pop-up right there. He's out.
I like Longhorn. I like Longhorn Steakhouse. Come on, man.
Well, Jake's was he Ruth Chris guy or
probably
Three Forks?
He looks like he can put some steak away.
Well, he popped out on that one. There's 2 out. What an analogy by Jake.
Yeah, Alexis said that she asked him. And he's like, I've been thinking about this. He was racking his brain.
Right.
That's what he came up with.
There's Grady. He's 0 for 2. And this has been another bright spot in this Patriot lineup right here. What you're getting from Geet and Grady, as much as we're talking about Jake Bennett, the home runs, the power, Grady is giving you length to the lineup as well, the number 8 spot. Switch hitter who handles the bat well, plays good defense, can run. It's giving you some confidence in this spot in the lineup.
It cooled off a little bit, but still just does a lot of things that don't necessarily show up, but he's putting together some solid at-bats.
(2-0). Landon Birch is doing his best to save this pin. We're in the 5th. It's a 5-0 ball game.
And he's got the ability to go long. He's started a couple games this season.
Gets him to chase the off speed. 2 balls and a strike.
Not giving in there at 2-0 and giving Keaton a fastball to drive.
Narrett got a good jump, and he's got it stolen. 2nd stolen base of the night. He's up to 11 now on the year.
I just love watching Joey run. Just puts everything into it, and Minnick wouldn't have had a chance, I don't think, even if he fields that cleanly.
That was a 2-sport star at high school. Baseball, of course, and it was an all-region safety in football. He's got another huge lead. Grady walks. Kiefter's coming up. You're going to have First and second for Luke.
You think you would have enjoyed going across the middle with
no shot
with him as your safety?
Absolutely not. Sure, Joey got a few targeting penalties in his day, you think? is all out as he is,
yeah,
the way he goes about the game. Here's the first pitch to Luke, inside corner. Nothing intentional, I'm sure. It's just he plays the game so hard.
That's what he would tell you. I didn't mean to knock you out.
Chance for Luke to add some insurance.
Now Birch got an eye on Narrett jumping around, so he's got to step off. He wants third.
Got him out in front of that slider. That one had as good a bite as any pitch we've seen from Birch tonight. Watch where this pitch starts. Right towards that back left foot of Luke's. Oh, 2, and he comes back to it. He got him, and Birch has struck out 3 and has thrown 2 1/3 scoreless of relief tonight. But he's keeping Middle Tennessee State in this one. We're headed to the 6th and a 5-0 DBU lead. Well, Conference USA play opening tonight. Look back at the regular season titles for DBU. Go back to 2016, the Missouri Valley Conference. Derek Hall led that offense. Bryce Ball was one of the elite hitters in college baseball in 2019. Patriots winning the Valley that year. Then the memorable 2021 season, Jackson Glenn, the player of the year that season in the Valley. And then in their first year in Conference USA, Ryan Johnson anchored that staff along with Braxton Bragg, winning the title in 2023. What do we have in store for in 25? Pretty good start by number 27 tonight.
Pretty good is a decent way to put it out there. 9 strikeouts now through 5 and just cruising.
He has had a knack for getting the first pitch ground ball to begin an inning. That's the 3rd time he's done that tonight. So he gets Brewer to chop out to first. He got Keaton Ray in the 2nd on a ground ball to 2nd. Clay Badalak in the 3rd, grounded out to short on the first pitch of the inning. And 61 pitches tonight through 5 1/3 is super impressive.
Well, and they've also had a couple of base hits. Like 2 of their 3 hits have been on the first pitch of an at-bat. So they must say, hey, if you get something you think you can hit early, attack it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's not been working.
I mean, if you just said Micah Bucknam will have 9 strikeouts tonight through 5, and I said, what do you think his pitch count will be?
Close to 90?
Yeah. It's because of that has allowed him to have the pitch count where it is.
Yeah, 9-pitch inning in the 2nd, just 12 in the 3rd, another 12 in the 4th. His most taxing inning has been 16 pitches in the 1st.
0-2 to Minnick, and he got him. Boy, that is a feeble swing. That matches a career high for Bucknam tonight. 10 punch-outs through 5 2/3.
Well, it's been back-to-back weeks. You have seen ace-like stuff from Micah Bucknam. The slider and the fastball have been the weapon of choice. And it has just baffled these Middle Tennessee hitters.
Now Brett Von Dolen, who's 0 for 2. 10 strikeouts, 5 2/3 of shutout baseball. He's given up only 3 hits. Now facing Von Dolen, the leading home run hitter, with 10. Struck him out in the 1st on a slider and got him to fly out to left back in the 3rd. Just misses, dotting the outside corner, down and away. There he does find the corner. You got activity stirring in the Patriot pen. Nobody throwing. Bucknam trying to at least go 6. I think you would see him more than likely in the 7th. He is a strike away from going 1, 2, 3 here in the 6th. with his 11th strikeout. He's retired 9 in a row. 2-2 to Von Dolan. Got him swinging, 96 on the gun, and a career night for Bucknam with 11 strikeouts. What a night for the junior right-hander. Patriot ace has been superb tonight. 5.5 in the books in Dallas, and the Patriots have got a 5-0 lead. Oh, Micah Bucknam tonight. 6 innings of shutout baseball, 11 strikeouts for Micah. That is a new career high. Bucknam getting that arm sleeve on. May not see him in the 7th. Patriot fans, you have a chance to play a role in the success of top programs by joining the Dugout Club. With the changing landscape of college baseball, you can partner with DBU and show your support by helping to give towards scholarships, NIL, and Patriot baseball facilities projects. Click on the QR code on your screen or go to patriotathletic.com to give today, invest in champions. Top third of the order, starting with Michael DiTallo. It's Landon Birch, who's throwing pitch number 36. Well, if anything, for Jerry Meyer's club, that Landon Birch has done his job and maybe at least save them from having to really tax the bullpen tonight. At least up to this point. Strike taken, 1-1.
There's no doubt that if he can get you at least through the 6th, that's probably more than what Jerry Myers would have asked for when he had to come in the 2nd inning. And he's been efficient. He may have a chance to go longer than that if he keeps it up.
Trace Phillips tonight, Blue Raiders ace, went 2 1/3, gave up 5 runs, walked 4. That one off the end of the bat, 2-2. Well, nobody throwing in the Patriot bullpen. You got a number of guys out there walking around and stretching out. Maybe we'll good chance that we will see Mike in the 7th.
In the way that he's sitting right now, everyone's staying away from him, and he's still locked in on that bench. He's coming out in the 7th.
Now that's been the area for the Patriots that has been the most concerning, at least through the first 20 games, is the bullpen. We've seen some great moments in that pen. We've also seen some struggles. Bucknam, he has been special tonight. Chance to get through 7.
Under 70 pitches through 6 innings.
2-2. Dottie into left field. That off the end of the bat. Brewers there. He's got it. There's 1 out. Tom Poole coming up with 1 out. Well, let's go back over to Alexis De La Garza. Look at our Blue Raiders spotlight tonight. Guy they're excited to get back into the lineup, and it's Cooper Clapp. For more on Cooper, here's Alexis.
Thanks, Reagan. Yeah, Middle Tennessee suffered a big loss on opening day during their 2nd game of the doubleheader. In his 9th inning at-bat, Cooper Clapp fractures his hamate bone, forcing him to miss the first few weeks of the season for surgery and rehab. It's his first year as a Blue Raider, and they had big expectations for him. But during his recovery, they turned to Clay Badilak to fill the role at second, and he really stepped up just when they needed him to. A few weeks earlier than expected, but just in time for conference play, Clapp returned to action on Sunday. However, the way Badilak has been playing, even with the return of Clapp, he has remained in the lineup, but now he's transitioned to where we see him today at third base. Guys?
You can see that hand of Cooper Clapp's kind of bandaged up. That's an injury that usually keeps you out about anywhere between 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because when it happens, there's absolutely nothing you can do except sit and let it heal, and that's what Clapp had to do. And if it's going to happen opening weekend so you can get back as quickly as you can.
He was their leadoff hitter the first 2 games. Eston Snyder stepped in, and he's done an admirable job. Obviously become one of the top hitters right now in the game, but you look at Clapp, just kind of it still can't feel good. Move that right hand around. He was a big-time talent. Signed by Sean Stifler in his first year at Notre Dame. We saw Coach Stifler at VCU. 10 seasons there for one of the top mid-majors. But he was the first signing class at Notre Dame. Redshirted and then transferred.
Just saying the name makes me sad sometimes, Think about 2015.
Right. taking a look at those banners tonight. The teams have won regular season titles. The 15 team, one of the best all time at DBU, did not win a regular season title. Pull walks. You had two teams that the Missouri State team was a national seed. DBU was right on the brink of being a national seed in 15. Well, that team had it all. And hosted, the only regional ever hosted in Dallas was in 2015. You had Texas, you had Oregon State, you had DBU.
May 31st, 2015 is still going to forever be a day that sticks out in my mind. With, beating Oregon State to end their season right after you beat Texas to end their season.
Hey, look at Dan Hefner there. That's just a great day. Here's Jay into left center field. That's going to get pulled to third. Will he get a green light here? Cliff Pennington throws up the stop sign, and Jay's got a double and a 3-hit night. So there's now second and third with one out. Now you're threatening for more with Nate Humphreys coming up. Yeah, what a day for baseball. I mean, Texas you beat game 1, Oregon State game 2. As you look at this Jay double again. Great swing from Grant on a 3-hit night. Think about the coaches that Dan Hefner and the Patriots beat that day. Augie Garrido, the late great legend, Hall of Famer, who was the winningest coach in the game's history for quite a while. And then Pat Casey was one of the all-time greats at Oregon State.
And then Sean Stifler on the rise. And yeah, that was a loaded, unfortunately, regional. And that was the hottest number 4 seed in the country coming in.
Nate Humphreys watches for a strike. I think you feel like that too. And 23 when DBU goes to Stillwater and you see Oral Roberts had to have been the best 4 seed in the country.
And they had one of the top hitters in the country and one of the best closers in the country as well. Able to win that one.
Humphreys, center field, and that brings in Tom Poole. Here comes Jay. They get 2 runs on the single from Humphreys. Pats extend that lead out to 7-0 now in the 6th.
Well, I think Nathan Humphreys feels pretty at home in the cleanup spot. That is his 5th hit in the last 2 games. He's got 2 RBIs today. Another ball hit over 100 miles an hour. This one at 105 back up the middle. And a good read from Grant Jay, who got that green light from second base. First runs since the 2nd.
Yeah, he finally got to Landon Birch. 7-0 lead now with Krause at the plate. Patriots have stolen 3 bags tonight, 2 from Narrett, 1 from Jay. Stolen base totals up to 37. This Minnick, catcher, comes out. Got activity in that bullpen, so that may be a visit that was ordered from the dugout.
He doesn't look like he has a whole lot of urgency.
So that looked like a conversation. They're putting together a plan here against Krause. This is more, looks like to buy time. Double barrel action, lefty and righty.
And keep an eye on Jerry Myers now to see if he comes out. It looks like he had that walkie-talkie in his hand talking to the bullpen.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Birch is going to see Krause. Take a look at the third-year head coach, Jerry Myers. Well, maybe not. Here he comes.
The stall tactic we saw coming from a mile away. You got to tip your hat, though, to Birch.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to get you through that 6th inning, but 3 straight scoreless frames. It's the way the Patriots swung the ball and had good patience there in the first 2.
They've got a 7-run lead. Birch making his way out. So we'll give you his numbers when we come back. Krause will be swinging the bat. Patriots have got a 7-run advantage. Boy, he nearly stumbled out of there. Coming out of the gates. Well, he's jogging in, I believe.
Took him a few innings, but the Patriots finally able to get to Landon Birch. So get ready to hand the baseball to Jack Fortner for Birch. He goes 3 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And there you see Fortner's numbers as he comes out of the bullpen.
That's a fastball slider changeup for Fortner. Transfer from Motlow State Community College. A 3.80 ERA. The only run that he allowed came on March 1st at St. Bonaventure. So a guy that's not been used a whole lot out of the bullpen, just the 5 innings. And it will be Kraus that he will see first. Stevie is trying to build on a 7-0 lead here in the Conference USA opener. Everybody's gotten to the act tonight offensively for DBU. Everybody's reached base tonight in this lineup. You've got Jay's got the 3-hit night. Humphreys has got a 3 RBI game. Narrett's got a couple of stolen bags. I mean, up and down the lineup tonight, everybody playing a role.
And your top of your order has been really tough. They've scored 6 out of your 7 runs there in the top 4. 3-hit day for Grant Jay. It's funny, everybody feels like he's slumping. I was like, he's not slumping. He's hitting the ball fine. He just hasn't hit a home run in a week and a half. He's fine.
Yeah, he's hitting a 373 now.
If that's your slump.
He's raised his average 21 points tonight. 373, 8 home runs, and 26 RBIs. We'll take that. We'll take Krause's numbers, too. His RBI total is up to 29. Batting .337 now. Fastball is about 90 to 93 from Fortner. He's a junior who grew up in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Made 26 appearances in 2 seasons at Motlow State Community College. Finds the zone, now at 1-1.
And a guy that hasn't thrown very many innings, but you wonder what the plan is, if he's someone that's going to be asked to go multiple innings, or is he just trying to get out of this jam? And not saying that Blue Raiders have given up on this game, but you do at some point have to start thinking ahead, and you can't tax that bullpen on a Friday night.
You got 3 great matchups this weekend on the rotation. Trace Phillips had a rough night. Gave up the 5 runs and 2 1/3. Just really struggled with command. Humphreys is off and moving with the pitch, and he's got it stolen. Patriots get their 4th stolen base of the night. Humphreys with his 4th of the year, 41st of his career.
Yeah, that was the closest of the 4. I didn't feel like Humphreys got the greatest jump. He normally is really good at that, but he's able just to outrun that baseball, get to the back of the bag.
Got a huge lead. Now the back pick. And Nate went into that bag awkward.
Yeah, I was worried about the ankle there for a second.
Well, you held your breath just for a second. See him kind of shaking that right leg.
Laughing with Clapp a little bit at second base.
.3-1, hit hard and foul. Hey, you've got 2 great matchups left on the weekend. James Ellwinger tomorrow for DBU. Chandler Alderman, who's got a 2.16 ERA. Ellwinger at 1.56. I mean, you get 2 guys with ERAs that are sub 2.5. And then Ryan Schwade and Drew Horn on Sunday. That one nearly hit him, walked him. Hey, look at Drew Horn on Sunday threw a no-hitter this year. He's got a 1.84 earned run average. Now, they have not faced a real challenging schedule, but still, the numbers have been really good from their rotation.
Yeah, Horn, the no-hitter, he also had another hitless start. He went 5 innings without giving up a hit earlier in the season as well. So, yeah, talented arms in that starting rotation, and that's why it's so important what DBU was able to do against Trace Phillips today.
Joey Narrett is having a big night. 2 hits, 2 stolen bags. Batting average continues to climb for Joey up to 347. That one may have taken a bite out of Tyler Minnick and just given a little bit of time. He says, don't play umpire like to Timothy Rosso that he's okay.
Taking a peek at the scoreboard, got some good games going on around the conference. Kennesaw State's come back to tie the game at 7 in the bottom of the 8th. Jacksonville State, Florida International, they're tied at 3 in the 7th. And Louisiana Tech has jumped out and taken a lead on Sam Houston, 6-4 in the fifth.
It's going to be an intriguing race. I think especially with what you're seeing from Liberty. They've had a great start, a team that when you join this conference, how about that? We're just looking here in the booth. Kennesaw State now up 9-7 on Western Kentucky.
3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Got a chance to win it in the top of the ninth, or shut them down in the top of the 9th.
That might find a hole, and it does. Narrett's got 3 hits. Humphrey's around third. He scores, and it's 8-0 Pats now in the 6th.
Well, a 3-hit day for Joey. 2 of them he hasn't hit well. At the infield single in the 2nd. This one, it looked like he got it off the end of the bat as he just lunges for it, but because Cooper Clapp was pinched in towards second base, hoping for a potential double play ball, that gets through.
Jake Bennett. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 here in the 6th. Bennett hit. Plunked. Off speed. That pitch just never had a chance from Fortner. They are loaded up now for Keaton Grady.
It always does make me laugh. I love the fans here, but it was a curveball. He's not trying to hit Jake Bennett with a curveball. There's nothing
in the right mind would try to hit Jake Bennett with anything.
That's true, but that was a breaking ball that slipped out of his hand.
I can imagine as he's throwing that, he's just, please no, please no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bennett. All right, Keaton Grady, bases loaded. Still just 1 out. That one bounces. Fortner right now is wobbling with the command.
And it puts into play that run rule.
Hey, grab a couple more right here. Narrett's at second. He would represent that 10th run. But could you have a chance back-to-back weekends where Micah Bucknam could give you a complete game in 7 innings?
Yes. There's a very real chance of that right here.
Eight runs on 10 hits tonight. Error-free baseball from DBU. I mean, they just have dominated every facet of this game. He got him out in front at 84. He struck him out. So it'll be up to Luke Hefner here with 2 down. Base hit, complete those 2 runs. Fortner got the strikeout.
Yeah,
good pitch right there that just sunk away from Keaton.
Yeah, good changeup. It's Keeter out in front. Keeter's such a hard guy to double up. Anything in the field of play probably would have brought home at least a run. 2 down now.
Hefner's 0 for 2. He's walked. Hit one deep into right field his first time up. Here he rolls over on it, fouls it off to the right. He struck out back in the 5th.
Final line, by the way, on Birch, 3 runs on the 3 hits in 3 innings as the inherited runs come in to score against him.
0-1, skips away. Run comes in. Chaden Krause scores run number 9. Well, the control has been an issue for Fortner since coming on here in the 6th.
Yeah, we got the big strikeout of Keaton Grady to potentially try and get out of this, but ball that he yanked a little bit. Minute could not quite get there with the glove. Didn't look like it bounced. Looked like it just kicked off the catcher's mitt.
Tyler Minnick calls for time. They may have an equipment issue here with his glove. That catcher's mitt, or either that or maybe his pitch comp system. I think it's what he's got in his right hand.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it, so I'm going to walk in and change gloves. But no, it's the pitch comp.
Yeah, it is. Georgia Tech transfer back behind home plate. See, Joey would be that 10th run. A little more insurance there at second. Bennett. Tried the changeup again and misses. 2-1. Chopped to second. Clapp has to back up a couple of steps. Gets Luke, and that ends the inning. So DBU does leave that 10th run 90 feet away. They've got a 9-0 lead, though, as we head to the late innings in Dallas.
All Patriots as we make our way to the 7th. It is 9-0 DBU. And we told you some Conference USA scores. Let's look around the nation. That's the top matchups. College baseball. See Tennessee after that loss yesterday to Alabama, trying to even up that series. You got number 7 Clemson on top. Number 4 Georgia against Florida. Florida had to play Tennessee last week. Georgia, number 4 team in the country, and then LSU, Texas, scoreless third. Some SEC and some ACC on our national scoreboard today. That Wake Forest team, by the way, they're number 11 in the country. They're playing Clemson on the road. They had a 9-game win streak that was snapped against that Liberty squad we had been talking about on Tuesday. So they were able to hold off the Demon Deacons. As Micah Bucknam back out here against Keaton Ray. Bucknam has retired 10 straight. He has 11 strikeouts in a career night for the junior out of Canada. Oh, just misses the outside corner. And the count now moves to 2 balls and a strike.
Might see Mason Swinney tonight out of that bullpen.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Just with the one appearance, he's got the electric stuff. Came here really thinking he was just going to be the second baseman for the club, but he would be an addition if he can start finding some consistency there. Finding the strike zone was his biggest issue in his first appearance.
That slider he has got some great depth to it to go along with some high heat on the fastball. Speaking of heat, Bucknam's fastball velocity is still up. It's at 94.
And a swing and a miss. As he goes off speed, he's got 12 strikeouts.
Man, what an outing tonight for Micah. And we were talking in between innings. The thing about Bucknam that you notice, I mean, the strikeout, how just in control he is, just how composed he is. He's under control. He's not real flashy. He's businesslike. He is in a zone. A lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, most of your Friday night guys have that edge. Not saying that Bucknam doesn't, but they just kind of wear it on their sleeve.
He is zoned in.
Yeah, your Friday night ace last year also wore his emotions on his sleeve, and Ryan Johnson. RJ had the patented fist pump as he would go off the mound. So much so that opposing teams would imitate it, and that shows that kind of getting under their skin a little bit. Good looking pitch there from Bucknam, and to your point, that's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
He is just dotting it up. I mean, he's putting it wherever he wants tonight. Fastball in the corner, fastball up for a chase pitch. He'll spin a slider as a chase pitch down and away to a right-hander.
Strikeout number 13. Cruise control for Micah Bucknam.
Boy, this is fun to watch. I mean, he's just getting stronger. That's 4 in a row, 13 on the night. Maybe a different look than Ryan Johnson, but this is Ryan Johnson-esque type stuff.
No doubt. Brett Rogers going to try and end this stretch of 12 consecutive retired by Micah Bucknam, and the last 4 on a strikeout. Brett Rogers doubled back in the second against Bucknam, and he struck out his last time, and he swings through there at 1-1 now.
I mean, you talk about the most strikeouts in a DBU's Division I era that goes back to 04 was from Ryan Johnson. That 15 strikeout game against Louisiana Tech last year.
Well, Bucknam is a pitch away from picking up number 14. 1-2. And Rogers will stay alive.
The all-time strikeout game would be Colin Charlin, 16. He did it back in 1985, back in their NAIA days. But this is special, what you're seeing from number 27 tonight.
Pitch number 84 coming from Micah Bucknam. And he struck him out looking. He's retired 13 in a row. He has struck out 14 on the night. And Micah Bucknam is having himself an evening. 9-0 Patriots. It's stretch time here in Dallas. Well, opening up conference play, it has been all Patriots tonight. They lead at 9-0 going to the bottom of the 7th. Here's our upcoming schedule. Game 2 of this series tomorrow starting at 3:05. The finale on Sunday. And then the Patriots, that'll be the end of the 8-game homestand. They will travel to take on Abilene Christian there at Crutcher Scott Field. First time they've played former pitching coach Rick McCarty, who's now the head coach for the Wildcats. That's coming up on Tuesday in Abilene. Well, there's the man of the hour, Micah Bucknam. And his day might potentially be done, but 14 strikeouts, 7 shutout for the second consecutive weekend. Patriots, if they score a run, this ball game's over. And Datalo will be that game-ending run as he takes a swing and knocks it into left field. So he has led off an inning for the second consecutive frame, and he singles here. He's got a 2-hit day.
Got 4 Patriots in the lineup tonight with multi-hit games. Dottie with the 2 hits. Grant Jay's got 3. Humphreys with a couple. And Joey Narrett tonight with 3. That's really powered your offense tonight with the 11 hits.
Tom at the plate, trying to extend a 7-game hit streak. He's walked twice, but officially 0 for 2. All of your significant hit streaks outside of Tom's have been extended. Tatalo now with 11, Humphreys with 7, Kraus with 13. Poole fouls this one off at 1-1. Poole came in the team leading hitter, 389. And during the 7-game hit streak coming in today, he was hitting .520 over those 7 games. 3 doubles, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. Good pitch there from Jack Fortner. Ball and 2 strikes. Fortner threw a third of an inning on Tuesday against SEMO. Came on in the 6th inning, taking over for Landon Birch. Now he's even to Tom Poole. Again, DBU trying to win a conference opening series, something they have always been able to do going back to the 2013 season when they were first in the Western Athletic Conference. Tom here pops it up. Cooper Clapp behind that bag at second has got it. And there's one away for Grant Jay.
Kennesaw State game's gone final. They take down Western Kentucky tonight, 9-8.
Ending a 15-game winning streak for WKU. So this one here, and then Louisiana Tech, Sam Houston, I believe, are the only 2 left to not go. Actually, no, wait. Jacksonville State and Florida International are still playing as well. Well, here's Grant Jay. He's got himself a 3-hit day. He doubled his last time up. And he takes a 91-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. He picked up his 26th RBI of the season in the second. Chayton Krause with his 2 tonight leads the team with 29. And tight, and I think that hit him. It did. You could hear it right off the elbow pad. So fourth time for Grant J to reach. And that puts the winning run, you could say, at second base.
Just try to throw that curve, that elbow guard that protrudes out a little bit. Just caught it.
Here's Nathan Humphries.
Jerry Myers out of the dugout. They make one more change here, go left on left against Humphries. They are hanging by a thread right now here in game one.
They will use another arm out of that bullpen as the signal's already been made by Myers. Now coming out of the bullpen, that's Garrett Sims. He will inherit runners at first and second, one out. Nathan Humphries coming to the plate in the bottom of the seventh.
Three games been all beautiful. Lead. Sure. Still got on the back. It's left.
Out of string pounds. His appearance. 75 ERA, only thrown in 2 2/3 innings, and so he will be asked to try and keep this ball game from ending after 7. As the Patriots trying to invoke the run rule for the second straight week, and it would also be the second straight year that game 1 between these two teams ended in a DBU run rule. They did it on the road in Murfreesboro last season. So Totalo at second base, he singled. Grant J at first, he was hit by a pitch. And now Humphries looking for back-to-back 3-hit games. That one is down for ball 1. Humphries on Tuesday went 3 for 4, had the home run, a double, couple of RBIs. It was home run in the 9th. DBU was down by 4 runs, but it was the first home run that big-time closer Braden Sloan had allowed this season. That one nearly hits Hump. Patriots were able to do a little bit of damage against Sloan. A strong arm out of that pin for TCU, but trying to get back to their winning ways here. Now Humphries is hit. Another breaking ball, this time from Garrett Sims, that gets away from him. So back-to-back hit batters. They are loaded for Chayton Krause. Any run ends the ball game.
Third hit batter since the 6th inning. It's been ugly tonight for this pitching staff. 7 walks, 3 hit batters, 9 runs and 11 hits.
Now here's Chayton. RBI double in the first, and we are going to get another pitching change. So now the righty is going to come in to face Chayton Krause as the one batter Garrett Sims sees, he hits. And so Krause will face a new arm out of the bullpen. 9-0 Patriots with the bases loaded here in Dallas.
Well, Ethan Mbimbo is on the mound. Relief of Garrett Sims. He only faced one batter, and he hit him. Hit Nate Humphries. Take a look at Mbimbo, a transfer from University of Mount Olive on the mound.
It's his 6th appearance of the season. He's given up 9 earned runs in 6 innings, a couple of unearned runs. Had a transfer out of the University of Mount Olive in North Carolina. Began his career at Wofford back in 2020, 2021, so he has been around. Originally out of Brentwood, New Hampshire. In his grad season, 6'4", 225 pounds, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup. as Mbembo threw on Tuesday against Southeast Missouri. An inning, gave up a couple of runs, and so they got 2 scoreless appearances this year. It came in back-to-back days. February 28th against UT Martin, and then March the 1st against St. Bonaventure. But he comes in here with bases loaded, 1 out. Runner at first belongs to Garrett Sims. Runners at second and third belong to Jack Fortner. And Krause, if he can bring 1 in, we go home early. Infield, not all the way in. They've got the corners in. And the ball hit up the middle. They will attempt a double play ball to end the inning. Dottie started it all with a single to left. Called a strike on the outside corner. And so Humphreys is now down at no balls and 2 strikes as Mbembo finds the corner on the slider. 0-2 to Chayton. He's gone on strike, so impressive there from Mbembo. There's a couple of sliders to get Krause. There are 2 down here in the 7th inning.
It's a good pitch. I mean, it starts what looks to be in the middle as a fastball, and then that last second spins away from the right-hander as the slider.
There's Joey Narrett facing Mbembo. Narrett a 3-hit day, an RBI, a couple of stolen bases. He tries to hold up. They have no one to appeal to. They have to appeal to the man at second base who says he didn't go. And there's why you need 4 umpires. Is the man at second base doesn't really have a good view at all. You could ask Natalo what he thinks down that third base line. 1-0 to Narrett. Down 2 balls and no strikes. But for Mbembo on the mound, he is celebrating the 1-year anniversary of his no-hitter at the University of Mount Olive. He threw one on this date back in 2024, March the 21st. Trying to just keep the game alive here 1 year later. Joey up the middle, going to be tough for Wolf. It's into center field, and that'll end it. Joey Narrett, a 4-hit day. That next run's going to come in. It's inconsequential as the Patriots win it for the 2nd consecutive week. A run rule victory and a complete game once again from Micah Bucknam. 14 strikeouts. What a performance for the Patriots ace.
Well, this was as good a start as you could have in a conference opener tonight. Every facet of this game, DBU dominated from Bucknam on the mound. Offensively, you get the 11 runs. You played clean baseball. You stole bags. Everybody did something throughout the lineup. And you win it in run rule fashion. You're now 15-6 on the season. We'll visit with Dan Hefner, our player of the game. Who else would it be other than Micah Bucknam? What he does tonight on the mound was nothing short of just special. As we chat now with Patriots head coach Dan Hefner, and a great way to start conference, Dan. In every facet of the game, your team was outstanding tonight. Micah Bucknam strikes out 14, 7 innings of shutout baseball. How far have you seen Micah just in his development from the time that he got here at LSU to what he's doing now, what you saw tonight?
Yeah, I think you just nailed it right there. Like, it's been a steady development from the first day in the fall. I mean, he obviously has good stuff and just a great guy, hard worker, really coachable, and then he's just taking consistent steps all the way throughout. I think we've seen him in games so far this year where he's had stretches like that, and great to see him put it together for an entire game today.
You can look up and see the 11 runs on the board, but going back to that first inning, their ace on the mound in Trace Phillips, he gets the first 2, he gets Grant J to 2 strikes, but then 5 straight reach. What were you guys able to do specifically in that first inning to end up getting him out of the ballgame?
Yeah, he's a really good arm, and after the first couple batters, it looked like we were in for a battle today, and just started having some great at-bats. I thought, just working counts and winning pitches and pass the baton type mentality, so Hump had that single up the middle. We had a couple 3-2 walks. Just great at bats. I think we made him throw 44 pitches in the first inning, and he was up to almost 75 after 2. So to do that to an ace was a great job by our offense.
A really good win tonight, and we appreciate the visit, Dan. We'll look forward to tomorrow. It's Patriots head coach Dan Hefner. His debut wins at 11-0 tonight. And our player of the game is Micah Bucknam. Micah struck out 14 batters tonight. There's only been one other pitcher in DBU baseball Division I era that struck out more. That's Ryan Johnson, had 15 last year. Colin Charlin holds the all-time record with 16. 14 strikeouts for Micah tonight. Micah, outstanding work on the hill. You seem to just get stronger as the game went on tonight. What was the plan? They've got some great hitters in this lineup. Eston Snyder at the top of the order. Von Dolan's got 10 home runs. What was the plan of attack tonight?
I had a pregame meeting kind of with Kale like we did last week, and just it was one of those things of like, hey, throw your pitches to locations and execute. I kind of have a process of just, hey, every time I'm going to try to get as early and ahead and then execute from there, and just trust my stuff and thank the Lord. So. Yeah.
Was that the conversation going on with Kale after the second inning? Because he looked pretty animated. We got a good shot of him talking to you in the dugout.
Honestly, he came up to me and he's just like, "Hey, you need to execute your pitches, 2 spots, and you'll be fine." And I was like, "All right, let's go do it." And then it kind of changed as it went on, which was great. So I appreciated it.
You're really settling into this Friday night role. I think back to the start at Louisiana, how strong you were through the 6th. You get into the 7th. They come away with the win. What's been the difference for you since that night, since that inning? The last 2 starts have really been something special.
Yeah, I think it's just about finishing. I think one of the things for me that we talk about all the time is just like once you get deeper into games, like if you want to be a starter, you got to finish. And, I think for me that's kind of where I have always thrived, especially in high school. And so, getting deeper into the game and just, continuing to execute my plan and process and, it just kind of ended up happening that it worked out well. So, yeah.
And it helps, too, when your offense is able to put up double digits for you in back-to-back games. How much does that free you up when you're seeing that they're putting up a ton of runs early?
Yeah, after the I think it was the 3rd inning, we had like 5 on the board, and I was like, all right, like we're going to win this game. And so I think just having that mental reminder and continuing going out there and just competing with everything I had, and one of my things I say to myself every time before I get on the mound is just like, hey, I'm going to give it my all for my guys today. And, if that's 7 innings, if that's 4, like whatever it looks like, I want to give it all for those guys. So, yeah.
Well, it was a 7-inning complete game for the 2nd straight week. Micah, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I bet Micah Bucknam, our player of the game tonight, was brilliant. 7 innings, shutout baseball, 14 strikeouts. Only Ryan Johnson has more strikeouts in a game in program history in the Division I era. So we come back, we'll wrap things up. Patriots take game 1 of the conference opener tonight, this 3-game series against Middle Tennessee by a score of 11-0. Back to Dallas. We put the finishing touches on this one tonight. It's a 10-0 win tonight for DBU, actually, not 11. They only count that, even though it was a 2-run single, they only count that last run to get you to 10. So take a look at our game summary. Well, what a night for the offense. I'm talking with Micah Bucknam. How about the names you see there above Micah? Can't help but point out Joey Narrett, Nate Humphreys kind of powering the offense tonight.
Yeah, and the offense, really impressed with what they were able to do in that first inning. Getting down, like we had just talked about, to Dan Hefner, and then able to put up the 3-spot, chase their starter and Trace Phillips, who had a great year. But Joey Narrett with the 4 hits, ended up with the quote-unquote walk-off. Another multi-hit game for Nathan Humphreys, and all of that offensively sets up what you saw from Micah Bucknam. It has been back-to-back weeks where you look at some offensive lineups like, man, this could be a challenge, and Bucknam just mowed down UTSA last week, Middle Tennessee today, 14 strikeouts. He retires the final 13. And for the 2nd straight week, you don't have to go to the bullpen in game 1.
Only one base runner got past second base tonight against Bucknam, who was dazzling. It sets you up really well. You look ahead to the rest of this series because of what Micah does on the mound tonight. The biggest question marks have been in the bullpen. You're able to preserve that bullpen tomorrow and set you up good for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you're hoping that you take more advantage of it like you weren't able to do last week. Patriots end up losing a ball game 15-11 last week after what Bucknam did. And so for James Ellwanger, needs to come out and just fill up this strike zone. His stuff is good enough where he can have maybe not the day that Bucknam had, but he can put up some good numbers. But it's going to be a great starting pitching matchup on Saturday and on Sunday. That's going to be where this ball game is won. And if you can chase a starter early once again, you're in a great spot.
Patriots have been used to doing a lot of winnings. You talked about the track record of this ball club. an opening weekend series and just kind of setting the tone. It always starts with a Friday night ace, and you seem like you've had that through the years. You get that from Micah Bucknam, but a big one tomorrow. It's you just keep stacking series win after series win. At the end of the season, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, and you haven't lost a series yet, and you quickly get a taste out of your mouth from Tuesday. You come back out here, get the offense going, see what you get from Micah Bucknam, and you're going to be ready to rock on Saturday.
That'll be a 3 o'clock start tomorrow, 3:05 start. Our first pitch will be on the air at 3 o'clock. So Patriots and Blue Raiders will meet in Game 2. Patriots win it tonight, run rule fashion by a score of 10-0. So for Alexis De La Garza, my broadcast partner, Brendan Smith, as well as our entire crew, I'm Reagan Ratcliffe saying good night and God bless from Dallas, Texas. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.